Hello, welcome to the weather update. It is almost midnight. I know. I apologize for being late. I'm waiting for a couple more models to come in because we may have an active weather day tomorrow. But this is right now looking at the MODIS satellite and showing you here is Fiona still in the Maritimes. This was and it's still up there. We're going to get to the latest in the Hurricane Center in a moment on that. And you can see some cirrus clouds over us. Then it kind of got a little better toward the afternoon. We had some clear sky later in the afternoon for a little bit. But other than that, pretty comfortable day across the area. So let's take a look and see what we got going on outside right now. And you'll see it's a nice cool night once again. And I'm sure tonight we're going to see some radiational cooling. So we're waiting for these numbers to come up. And pretty sure we're going to see some radiational cooling tonight if the numbers come up, of course, on the screen. Because, all right, here we go. Yep, sure enough, it's 45 in West Hampton right now. Yep, dew point's 43, mostly clear skies. I mean, the clouds come in by morning, they'll put a lid on it. But, yeah, it's already down to the 40s in the Pine Barrens tonight. And if we look at the kind of weather we had today here at West Hampton, we'll see that we did get up into the mid to upper 60s, I believe. So you can see winds generally from the north. A little bit of a sea breeze, maybe late in the afternoon. Wind went a little more west-southwest. But you can see dew points low in the 40s all day. And it looks like it actually did get up to 70 in West Hampton today. So, yeah, we did actually make it to 70 today, which is close to average for this time of the year. And so, actually, I wanted to click that. I wanted to see what it got down to last night. I think we had the wind, so... Yeah, we had the wind, so we didn't get the radiational cooling. It only got down to around 50. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so lows last night got down to around 50, and right now you can see temperatures are around in the mid-50s. You can see some 40s and 60s in the city, of course. And let's see what we have in New Jersey. Also seeing some radiational cooling there. I see 47. So let's take a look at what the highs were today. And again, we had that dry air in place. So highs upper 60s to around 70, pretty much uniformly. We had the northwest winds becoming west and now calm. And you see, looking at the current satellite, you can see these clouds coming in now. This is all part of this next storm system that's going to be coming in and bringing us the chance for not only some rain tomorrow. I mean, it won't be a rainy day. It's just it's just going to be one period that we're going to have to watch out for severe weather, perhaps. All right. But speaking of severe weather, let's talk about Fiona again. And you can see, again, lots of damage going on here. Thousands of people without power, trees down, some structural damage. It's a really messed up thing going on over there. And we go to the Hurricane Center, which is right here. They still have Fiona on the map right now as a post-tropical system. And this is the last advisory, so it was issued at 5 o'clock. Hurricane tropical storm warning is now discontinued in this historic storm for Atlantic Canada. 5 p.m. Advisory 48.4 north, 60.5 west, about 80 miles northwest of Port aux Basques, Newfoundland. Maximum sustained wind 70 miles an hour, moving northeast at 8, and that's the problem. That's why I want to read this advisory. The pressures come back up, but the problem is it's barely moving. That is the problem that we have, and it's still causing some issues over there. If we go to back to the observations here, you'll still see some issues going on. So you can still see they still got some wind over here. So Newfoundland still dealing with wind because the low is still here. It's still in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, and so you're still seeing these winds ramp up on the east side of the storm here, and still some wind gusts. So it's slowing down the restoration of power. In some ways. So just a historic disaster that occurred over there. And again, if we go to the latest, this is from the Weather Channel. Fiona wreaks havoc from Toronto. Just so much damage all over the place here. Fiala with leaving destruction and outages in its wake. You can see there's a transformer right there going. And you can see the wind there. So, yeah, it's a mess. It's a huge mess. And I'd like to just go to the latest just a little bit on this. Not too much, but we're going to AccuWeather.com, and we'll see if they have anything here else on Fiona here. But we read the article to you earlier in the other update on Fiona. So this is going to be a historic storm, and it's still there. It's still, the circulation is still there. So if we go and we look at the satellite here and we go to the northern Atlantic view, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, that's Fiona right there. That's what's left of it. You can see it doesn't look too tropical in nature, but I just want to point out, look at this blow up over here, by the way. Let's just show you how little it's moved. So I'll use 96 frames. You can see that's the sun setting. That's the sun coming up, and then you can see there it's just not moving very fast. But you can see it's going to get flung up into perhaps Greenland. And you can see all this warm air just shooting up on the east side here. That's going to probably be setting records as far as warmth goes. We'll have to see how much of that warm air makes it to Greenland, but that's definitely something I'm concerned about as well. So now that we've gotten Fiona out of the way, let's go back to the Hurricane Center because we have other storms to watch. And we have Gaston over here. Again, I'm not even going to talk about Gaston here. We have Hermine, which is now been downgraded to depression. Another area here, but it's all about Ian right now because Ian is going to be the next major landfalling threat. And latest on Ian right now, Ian is forecast to begin intensifying and become a hurricane on Sunday. Hurricane tropical storm watch is issued for western Cuba. So as of 11 p.m., its location is 17.4 north, 77.7 west, about 395 miles southeast of Grand Cayman, and about 685 miles southeast of the western tip of Cuba. Maximum sustained winds are 50 miles an hour, moving west at 13 miles an hour. The minimum sunspot pressure, 1002 millibars, 29.59 inches. So if we go and we look at the latest warning cone, you'll see what the problem is that we have. So this is going to rapidly intensify, very warm water. Already got a hurricane warning in effect for this island here, and then a hurricane watch in effect for the western tip of Cuba. This becomes a major hurricane, and it looks like now it's again tracking a little more west, and now it's threatening the Florida Panhandle. That's the latest forecast on that. And we can go and we can take a look at that on, let's go to Tropical Tidbits right now. Remnants of Fiona, obviously not much to see here, but let's go look at Ian, because Ian is going to intensify, and you can already see that convection blowing up. Once it gets over those really warm waters, it will take off and explode. By tomorrow night, we will be talking about a Hurricane Ian. And you can see here are the models. So again, the cluster is moved now further west, more toward the Florida Panhandle. Wherever this thing makes landfall, it's going to be devastating. All right, you can see looking at the intensity. Look at this. Some of them are even close to Category 5. This thing is going to blow up and go crazy over the Gulf. We haven't had any Gulf hurricanes. There's plenty of warm water over there for it to work with, and we're going to talk a little more about that tomorrow night. However, I'll keep this weather update brief. Let's get to our imminent threat now for tomorrow, and this is the Day 2 convective outlook. We're at a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms tomorrow. All right, so looking at the models, you'll see what we have here. We have that high moving offshore, a low pressure area, and a little disturbance moving along it for tomorrow, and then that moves away, and then improving weather for Monday. And like I said, I'm not going to go. I will go a little further and show you what's going to happen here. So high pressure does build in. This is Ian right here, by the way, because you want to see it. The problem is Ian is going to be blocked by this big high, so it's going to really slow down over the Gulf as it approaches wherever it makes landfall. So let's go now to the HRRR model. All right, and you'll see what I mean with this severe weather threat. So you see a couple of scattered showers. Most of the day is going to be dry. It's when this front comes through that we're going to have to watch out for. Now, it's not showing it on this run, but you can see there's a bit of a V shape to the isobars with this thing. So it's showing them break up, but there could be a line here that winds up developing. We'll have to watch for that. And you can see that chance of showers and thunderstorms continues into Monday morning. And then as we get into Monday, it starts drying out. Though there could still be a chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm behind it with instability in the air. So looking at your air masses here, and this is the reason why. So we're in the dry air right now, and the dry air sticks with us until sometime later tomorrow. And then in the afternoon, you're going to start seeing that humidity increase. Here comes the southerly wind. That's going to bring the humidity up and add some fuel to these storms. And then we have a dry front that's going to be coming through. I can call it a cold front, however. And a wind shift to the west before sunrise on Monday. But it goes a little southwesterly, so there's a little instability in the air, even on Monday, that might produce something scattered. But let's look at the temperatures, because they're going to be warming up. And as you see tomorrow, particularly over New Jersey, you're probably going to be making a run at 80. For us, probably mid-70s. And then it won't really be cooling off much tomorrow night. Obviously, tonight you see what we have out there, so it'll be a nice, cool night. But it won't be like that tomorrow. The AC goes on tomorrow, and it'll probably be on Monday as well. Though it'll be in the low 70s, so it won't be quite. Monday won't be a bad day. It'll be cooler than tomorrow probably. But tomorrow we have to watch for that instability. All right, and when we go and we look at the skies here, which we're going to do next when we go to the RGM, you will see tomorrow we'll be dealing with a good deal of cloud. There'll be some sun, but expect plenty of clouds around. And then things clear out by Monday morning. And then Monday should be a mostly sunny day, with maybe some clouds popping up in the afternoon with that instability that we have. The little spoke, that little trough that's going to come on through and maybe set some showers off. Now, there are other models we can look at when it comes to this cold front approaching. So let's go ahead and look at the NAM and see what this front, the NAM really blows up a nice line. But then as it gets to the coast, it kind of weakens. The FV3. This is what I was waiting for to come in. So this is the GFS higher resolution model. Not looking quite as bullish with the severe weather. It's looking a little less bullish tomorrow than originally predicted. So we'll have to see what happens. But we still have that. The problem is the V is lagging behind. So we may not see that instability that we were expecting. But again, the chance of rain is mainly later in the day and into the evening. And then after that, here is Monday. All right. So Monday probably won't see any rain. You can see there's just like an upper level low over here that's to our north. So let's go to the Ventu sky, which will be the last thing we'll look at in this update here, and just show you the thunderstorm risk for tomorrow. And we move this to tomorrow, which should be into tomorrow. So here we are. Not really all that impressive. These are the Cape values. The best Cape values we have are between 5 and 8 o'clock, and mainly it seems like they get a little more impressive. So the South Shore may be more likely to see some thunderstorm activity than the North Shore, with the Cape looking like this. But again, I'm not all that impressed with what I'm seeing on these models, but we'll have to see what happens. Just be aware there is a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms, so just pay attention to the radar, and we'll see if something pops up. But anyway, thank you for watching this weather update, and have a good night.